Welcome back to this repair video on a JVC GY-DV300 with no functions, and the problem was with the power supply PCB with C120 and the circuit protector CP4 open circuit. In the last video I put a normal capacitor in there just to test it, and a 500 milliamp circuit protector in there, and put it back in the camera, and all functions were there. It would get the camera back up working, but the customer has refused the repair, so I'm just going to now reassemble it back. The rest of the video will be now just showing how to reassemble the camera. You win some, you lose some. Okay, first thing we've got to do is put this PCB back in. Two connectors here for your tape deck. And it's a bit tricky to get in. Okay, that's that in place now. There's 4 screws holding it in place. These are the shorter of the silver screws. There's 2 longer silver screws as well. Make sure you put the 4 shorter ones in on this PCB. Now you have 2 connectors here, CN6 and CN7. They're your outputs with your supplies. What I have to do next is get this spring on, and it is a nuisance of a spring, because what will happen is it'll keep falling off as you're trying to get on this back assembly. So what I normally do is get a bit of tape on it, a small piece of tape, and try and just stick it to the, it's got a little post. I'll just get a close up of it. Goes onto a little post here, that particular point there. Small bit of tape. Will hold it in place. Have to be gentle with it though, it can fall back out. Then we have a reject button that's got to go in here. And I normally get a bit, that'll keep falling out as well, and to temporarily just keep it from falling out, a little bit of tape across it, so yeah. First thing we have to do to get this back assembly on is put this connector in here. One in, And then we have another one that goes into this connector here on the on-off switch PCB. That's held in by one screw. I did have that out on the last video and I didn't show putting it back in. It's only one screw that holds it in, but that DC jack has to go in there to that. And also this connector here has got to shove in down here, otherwise this cover won't go back on. Okay. Now for the difficult bit. In there, and see, can I get this over without everything coming apart on me. Okay. We have a piece of wire at the bottom trapped, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. Right. Now we have black screws to hold this in place. Take the tape off. Now we have two black screws at the bottom of this cover as well. Right here at this location here. And that's the second one. Now we have this cable here that goes into its connector here. Just push down the clip then and it retains it in place. Next we have the side cover itself to put on. And there's 1, 2, 3 cables. This ribbon cable goes into this connector here. This smaller cable then goes into this connector here. And then the larger cable goes into this one. So I'm just going to start with the small cable. Now the larger one. And of course then we put in our ribbon cable. With the blue side of the cable facing upwards, the contacts facing down. Now we're ready to put on our side panel, and it hooks over your buttons here. There's holes in the side of this panel here for your play, fast forward, stop buttons, and it's got the hook over there. Okay. We've got a silver button, a silver screw, and I used the silver screw for this front hole here. Now, and we got a black screw then that goes in here. Should be the longer black screws. Yeah. Another silver one here. Another silver one here. Okay. Now we got this bottom cover to put on, and this slide, and it goes in there like that. Another item that tends to keep coming out, so I do the same thing, but just I get a bit of tape just to give it something to hold on to when it's, so it doesn't fall out every time I get in place. Okay. I used the two larger screws here for the front end. Take this bit of tape out of the way now. And we have another 3 screws to go in. That's this end. And then the other 2 go here. Okay, that's the camera back together again, but unfortunately it's not repaired, but at least it's showing you how to strip it down, how to do the checks on the power supply, what components are gone, and then how to reassemble it. It took me a lot of time to do this, and a lot of research on the power supply. But the customer refused the estimate for repair, and not much I can do now, only pack it up and send it back. And as you can see, we're still left with the original fault, with no eject. It just sits there. But I could do a temporary repair on it, but the customer doesn't want it done. Thanks for watching.